Okay. So welcome everyone to the New Jersey Teen PEP webinar, Creating a Culture of Healthy Decision Making in New Jersey High Schools Through Peer Leadership. We are so thrilled that all of you could join us today, and we are excited to have some special guests with us as well. Not only do we have current New Jersey Teen PEP advisors, but we also have current New Jersey Teen PEP peer educators. But before we get started, just a couple of quick housekeeping items. The first one is that this webinar will be recorded and posted on the CSS YouTube channel. So we'll be sharing the link with everyone later, and we'll be sending out a follow-up email to all of the participants tomorrow. If your phone is currently unmuted, please go ahead and mute your phone. And we have also placed everyone in a listening mode, meaning that we have also muted you just to kind of cut down on some of the echoes and background noises that can arise as well. We do have some special guests with us today. Our special guest speakers are currently unmuted, so they will be able to speak at will. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. So my name is Catherine Enti, and I am the Executive Director of New Jersey for the Center for Supportive Schools. I am quickly approaching my one-year anniversary, so I'm so excited to be a part of an organization that is focused on providing effective programming solutions to all schools throughout New Jersey. So December 1st will be my one-year anniversary, so I'm almost there. We have with us today, and I'm so excited, some current New Jersey Teen PEP advisors that I mentioned earlier, and we'll just start at the top and go down the list. If you all could introduce yourselves. Veronica, we'll start with you in Tenafly.
Yeah, Veronica Capone, Teen PEP faculty advisor at Tenafly High School in Tenafly, New Jersey. I've been the Teen PEP advisor for 18 years.
Welcome, Veronica. Nikki?
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nikki Anzano, Teen PEP advisor from Franklin High School, Somerset, New Jersey, and I've been a Teen PEP advisor since 1999.
Oh, wow. Welcome, Nikki. I had no idea you've been in Teen PEP that long. That's wonderful. We also
the first year
are
that you guys,
Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Go ahead, Nikki. You were going to say something?
Hi, my name.
Oh, no, I'm fine. Go ahead. You can go, Catherine.
Oh, I was just also going to mention that we also have Teen PEP peer educators from Franklin High School in Somerset, New Jersey. If you all could introduce yourselves, starting with Nelson.
Hi, I'm Nelson Aguilar, and I'm a peer educator from Franklin High School.
Hello, I'm Hunter Casaz. I'm also a peer educator from Franklin High School.
Hi, my name is Sydney Ramirez, also a peer educator from Franklin High School.
Hi, my name is Clarissa Vickery, and I'm also a peer educator from Franklin High School.
So welcome, Nelson, Hunter, Sydney, and Clarissa. We're so excited to have you. It's not often that we're able to have students that are participating in our Teen PEP program share their experiences. So thank you for joining us today. And can I ask, are all of you seniors at Franklin High School?
Yes, we are.
Okay, great. So welcome. So we have an exciting hour planned where we will hear experiences from not only the faculty advisor point of view, but also from the student perspective as well. So thank you all for being a part of this webinar today. So a little bit about who we are. The Center for Supportive Schools is a national organization. We are formerly the Princeton Center for Leadership Training, and we partner and collaborate with schools to help create safer and more supportive, engaging, and inspiring environments. We have worked with schools since 1979, serving hundreds of schools and touching tens of thousands of students, educators, and parents. And we, as an organization, we are highly committed to implementing effective programs in partnership with communities that have large numbers of economically disadvantaged youth. And we're also thrilled to have with us joining today one of our key partners with the Teen PEP program. High Tops is a health education and advocacy organization that is located in New Jersey and is dedicated to ensuring every adolescent's safe passage to adulthood by providing comprehensive sexuality education and promoting healthy relationships and supportive connections. High Tops, we have been a partner of High Tops for 20 years, and they help to develop, implement, and also provide technical assistance with the Teen PEP program. High Tops as an organization has 4 key goals, and they are to reduce the rates of HIV, STIs, and unplanned pregnancies, reduce the rates of intimate partner violence, including sexual assault and dating violence, and reduce the incidences of self-harm as well as physical assault, harassment, and bullying with particular attention to our LGBTQ youth, and also promoting healthy and supportive connections of peers and adults so that adult-to-student bond. I'd like to also acknowledge the New Jersey Department of Health as one of our long-term funding partners so that we are able to expand services throughout New Jersey. Okay. So just to set a little bit of context about teen pregnancy and why teen pregnancy. So the slide shows some very encouraging news that adolescent pregnancy and birth rates in the U.S. have decreased significantly in the past 2 decades. In the U.S., we have declined by 57% for teenage pregnancies for females. However, we still have a lot of work to do because the next couple of bullets will show that there are large disparities among our Black and Hispanic females, and it's also as opposed to our rural areas and urban areas. Although the rates have declined, we're still seeing more Black and Hispanic females give birth as teenagers than those who are not. We also have a lot of teens who are homeless, runaway, in foster care, or in the juvenile justice system. They also have higher rates of pregnancy and sexually transmitted infections other than other sexually active adults. As we think about effective strategies for combating these numbers and so that we can start to see a decline and that kind of gap start to close, one of the things that research has shown to be very effective is making sure that the youth voice is at the center of any development and any implementation of a strategy that you would like to employ. So the more that you can incorporate the youth themselves, the more successful and effective that your program will be. And part of that is that, many of our young people see their peers as credible messengers. So they're more apt to listen to a person that's near their own age, that's going through similar experiences, as opposed to an adult that's telling them what to do. Okay. And one of the goals of Teen PEP is to do exactly that. So Teen Prevention Education Program, commonly known as Teen PEP, is a school-based sexual health and peer education model that utilizes this idea of well-trained older students, usually juniors and seniors, in high school to provide medically accurate and skill-based sexual health education to younger students. So Teen PEP, the primary goal is to equip students with the knowledge, skills, and attitudes and the behaviors to avoid sexually transmitted infections, HIV, and unintended pregnancy, while simultaneously developing a school culture and climate that is supporting healthy decision-making. So those are our 2 lofty goals for Teen PEP. And as we progress through the webinar, you'll hear from the students, hear from the faculty advisors exactly how Teen PEP is helping to make that difference in their schools. Other program goals for Teen PEP include making sure peer educators have the information and communication skills and facilitation skills and confidence that they need to be effective sexual health advocates and leaders among their peers. So those juniors and seniors that are going to be trained to become peer educators are now becoming effective sexual health advocates, not only in their school, but also in their community. We're also providing program advisors with increased knowledge and abilities to effectively teach sexual health to students in an atmosphere of mutual respect, in an atmosphere that's safe and engaging for all students. We also support stakeholder teams. All of our schools develop a stakeholder team, and we provide them with effective resources and strategies that will help them create a culture of positive peer support where responsible sexual decisions are valued, and also help them to effectively implement and sustain the Teen PEP program at their schools. We're also providing parents and caregivers with knowledge and skills to appropriately discuss sex and sexuality with their children. So we're opening up this additional line of communication around sex and sexuality between parents and students. So now let's turn to our panel. So Veronica, as we think about communities and think about some of the sexual health issues facing youth in our communities, what are you seeing are those issues in Tenafly, and what contributes to those sexual health issues?
Some of the sexual health issues we've been dealing with lately central around sexually transmitted infections and the stigma that follows it. And we essentially, through the Teen PEP program, have addressed the issues, bringing it into the middle school all the way up to 6th grade through senior year in high school. In addressing the issues, have made it more of a common talk place in dealing with the issues instead of ignoring the issues and not coming to a resolve in solutions for the issues. So in talking about the sexual health, especially with STIs and all the information that goes with STIs, we've created a more comfortable environment of the students being able to reach out to other students and in essence, eventually getting to the adults, getting the help that they need. One, the education, and two, the treatment if necessary.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Veronica. And I'm sure that by them getting the help that they need and being provided with the information helps to reduce the stigma around STIs as well. And that's amazing that you're able to reach down into the middle school with the program as well. And we'll talk a little bit more about that as we go through the day. Thank you. And Nikki, what about in Somerset County? What are some of the sexual health issues facing youth in Somerset?
I agree with Veronica that it's here at Franklin that it's STIs. And again, when we do the outreach to the freshmen, we're providing them with the information and the knowledge. But we also have a program here that helps them get to a clinic. They actually provide a taxi cab for them to get to the clinic to be tested. So we kind of work with that program as well to try to tell the freshmen about it.
Oh, wonderful. So we're taking it a step farther. Not only are we equipping them with the information, but we're also helping them with access to places where they can get treatment as well. Okay. So as we think about how Teen PEP helps to address these types of issues and other relevant issues facing youth in the community, Nelson and Clarissa, could you talk a little bit about what your experiences are with Teen PEP and how Teen PEP is helping to address these issues?
Hi, this is Nelson. What I've realized is that like we become like role models for these freshmen. Like we become like their mentors. So it's like it's easy for them to come to us if they have any issues, if they have any questions. And it's like since we have the knowledge of what of this information, we can give it to them, and it could be like a comfort zone for them, and they're not scared of like whether to get judged or not. So that way they can get help that they need.
Great. So you're creating that safe space for those students. Thank you. And Clarissa, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's okay. Piggybacking off of what Nelson said, it's because we're not that much older than them, it's easy for them to come to us and talk to us because it's like they see that if we can do it, they can do it too. And another really important thing is because we have the facts and not just like rumors or things that other people are thinking, they're coming to us and getting the correct information so that they can then in turn tell their friends. It's like spreading the right information about these topics.
Right. So the idea of providing them with accurate information as opposed to what someone else has told them. So that's great. Thank you all so much for sharing. And as we think about communities, we can actually find our Teen PEP network implementations throughout New Jersey, so not just in urban communities, but also in rural communities and also in some of our suburban and more affluent areas as well. So there's a network of 41 Teen PEP sites across the state of New Jersey, and we do have funding available to add in additional sites to the Teen PEP network for the 2017-2018 school year. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. But Teen PEP not only helps students in school, but it spills over into the community and becomes a community-wide effort and a community-wide program. And let's talk a little bit about how the program is structured and how it is enabled to be able to do that. So CSS and High Tops collaborate, partners with schools to first create a stakeholder team that consists of administrators, so your principals and your vice principals, your scheduler, your guidance counselors, maybe a student representative, a health teacher, a parent representative, and maybe someone else from the community. But this will make up your stakeholder team. And your stakeholder team is going to be responsible for helping to address any issues that may arise in Teen PEP. They will help you plan and prepare and launch Teen PEP, and also how to sustain Teen PEP over the years. I think Nikki said she's been doing this since the 90s. So there are additional resources that become available in your school to help you to be able to sustain this. And I think Veronica said for over 14 years she's been a faculty advisor. So Tenafly has had Teen PEP for a number of years as well. Once you have a stakeholder team, someone is identified from the stakeholder team to be what we call the stakeholder team coordinator. And this person acts as a liaison between CSS and or High Tops and with the school. So they're going to provide the school with relevant information on trainings, updated curriculums, and just effective strategies for helping to maintain and sustain the program. There is a leadership course that meets daily, or whatever your schedule is, the equivalent of a daily course, that is taught by two faculty advisors, so a Nikki or Veronica, if you will, at your school. And then they teach that course, and it's a daily course for credit. And we would strongly recommend that at least one of those faculty advisors be a certified New Jersey health and physical education teacher. And if that is the case, then you can offer the course as a replacement health course and not just as an elective course. So during this course, they meet daily. Your peer educators will learn how to become effective sexual health advocates. They will be equipped with the accurate medical information. They will work on their communication skills, their facilitation skills, and just really become effective peer educators for the school and for the community. Usually there are about 20 to 25 juniors or seniors that are selected to participate in Teen PEP. There is a formal application process that students go through to become a Teen PEP peer educators. And then they conduct workshops to younger students, usually 9th grade students, but the workshops are developmentally appropriate for 7th to 9th grade students. There are 5 workshops that they conduct: postponing sexual involvement, pregnancy prevention, preventing sexually transmitted infections, preventing HIV and AIDS, and understanding the role of alcohol and other drugs on sexual decision making. And then there's a family night event that the peer educators and faculty advisors will host that is designed to increase parent-teen communication around issues of sex and sexuality. So that is how the Teen PEP program is currently structured. And as I mentioned before, some of these I've already discussed, but just to reiterate a couple of things. So the juniors and seniors are trained to become peer educators, and they're going to deliver 5 90-minute interactive workshops to your 9th grade students. They will also participate in a daily credit-bearing peer leadership course that's taught by 2 advisors. There will also be a family night event held. And then the peer educators also develop what we call school-wide campaigns to reinforce the workshop messages. Workshops are usually held about once every other month, and not necessarily every month. We'll talk a little bit shortly about the curriculum and how we can add to it, because as schools progress within the program, they start to add in additional workshops for students that's relevant for their school and their community. The advisors also participate in 7 days of training to help them prepare for their role. Those 7 days include 3 days of a winter residential, 3 days of a summer residential, and then 1 fall full day, and it's about over an 18-month period. So all 7 days are not consecutive. There is some time in between, so you can kind of, go and implement what's been shared and assess what's working and what's not working, and then bring back to the training how we can better support you. And, of course, we have our stakeholder team that is supporting the planning and the implementation and the sustainability of the program. So our core curriculum is a year-long curriculum, and these are the topics that are addressed in the Teen PEP curriculum. So it is all of the workshop topics in addition to a curriculum unit on human reproduction and a curriculum unit on understanding gender. Once you have implemented Teen PEP for about 2 years, then we kind of ask you to take a look at the supplemental curriculum, but we don't really want schools to focus on the supplemental curriculum during the first year of the program. And the supplemental curriculum includes understanding and preventing dating violence, homophobia reduction, sexual assault prevention, and other teen health concerns. So it is a robust curriculum. It is aligned to the state standards, and it can be a replacement health course if there is at least one certified physical education and health teacher teaching the course. And we know that these are the topics that, if we think about sexual health, that has the greatest impact on students in middle school and in high school as well. Okay. So Nikki and Veronica, as we think about how, since you've been doing this for a number of years, what lessons from Teen PEP have had the greatest impact on your life and your student lives that you've seen over the years, and in what ways? Veronica, we'll start with you.
I wouldn't go specific to the lessons. I think the program in a whole has literally brought, like, the community, intensify, when the kids in Teen PEP were asked to do things, initially when this program was brought here, it was very limited as to what it could do and where we could go and who we could speak to. And now, not only are all the grade levels coming to Teen PEP and asking them and requesting workshops, et cetera, but the community actually comes to us and asks us to get involved in community events and have us do workshops with the community as well. So I think the biggest thing about when the community realized how much knowledge the kids were getting, I think they opened their own lives to our program and let us introduce ourselves into their programs. And that collaboration, I think, is the biggest lesson learned. Once the community realized how knowledgeable the students became and how, expressive and confident and public speaking and all the other aspects that came with the program besides the actual knowledge of the actual program, that they actually brought them back into the community to do work with the community.
That's exciting, Veronica. Thank you for sharing. And that's exactly what we want to have happen. As I mentioned earlier, it's not just a school. It is a school-based program, but some of the benefits include this idea of filtering over into the community where students are now leaders within their community. So that is wonderful. Nikki, can you share a little bit about how this has impacted you and the students in Somerset?
I think with Teen PEP, it's got to be like our outreaches. Just this past year, we did a respect outreach that we created as a team together in 2013. We've done it every year since then. And this year we did it actually to 9th through 12th grade in the auditorium. And just the impact of seeing our Teen PEP students communicate with the students that were listening and the questions and answers that they were asking, because we did an open kind of forum at the end about respect and what we need to do to change things here at Franklin. I think that was a huge impact on me to see that, and our administration and the Teen PEP students. We do go out to do outreaches to the middle school as well, and we also go out to the community. We actually have a curriculum expo coming up in January that we will perform for people in the community that can see what we do. So there's a lot of different ways that I think Teen PEP touches people and impact the advisors as well as the students and community.
Thank you, Nikki. And could you also share what, from your perspective, what you think, or what do you see as some of the benefits to using this peer education approach as opposed to a traditional health class?
The peer education approach. Oh, who do you?
Go ahead.
Oh, I said Nikki. Sorry, and then we'll go to Veronica.
I just think it's great to have peer-on-peer instead of a teacher up there lecturing about STIs or HIV and AIDS. I think it really connects with the student-to-student connection. Like when a teacher's up there teaching it, sometimes the kids roll their eyes and like, yeah, I know about that. But when there's a kid that they're age or close to age, they understand it better. And I always tell the kids to try to relate it to something that that those freshmen would understand, especially in small group activities. That they connect. I think that's when you see freshmen walking around, and I know the Team PEP kids, and let's go up and talk to them. So, and the Team PEP kids always come back and tell us about stories about after we did an outreach. So, I think if we're doing these outreaches and reaching 10 kids out of 30, I think that's a great thing that we're doing.
Okay, great, thank you. And Veronica.
Oh, I ditto what Nikki said. I truly believe that peer-and-peer education is very, very comprehensible and effective. And the thing about the peer education is that after we go into the classrooms and give our workshops, the teachers want the feedback from us because the kids are contacting our kids and asking them the questions that, essentially you'd really like them to ask the teachers, but they ask the kids. And then this way the teacher can bring that back to the classroom, and wrap the whole unit up. So it opens the doors to so many more questions from the kids in the classrooms to the peers that they can enhance the teacher's ability to teach the class.
Right, and what Nikki and Veronica has just described are some of the impacts that we're seeing with using this peer education approach, that it not only has a positive impact on health outcomes for the peer educators, but also for the students that are receiving the messages from the peer educators, so those ninth grade students that are participating in the program. And providing youth with an opportunity to be involved in a leadership role in their schools and their communities. We're hearing that, Franklin is doing an expo. The students in Tenafly are being asked to participate in more and more community activities. So they're being uplifted and they're being seen as role models and taking on this strong advocate and leadership role within their schools and communities. And because they are peers and not adults, they're seen as credible messengers for health-promoting behaviors. And they also help to shift social and group norms toward health-promoting behavior. So when they're in their own group, surrounded by their own friends, then, they're able to relay medically accurate information outside of just a regular outreach or a workshop. They're actually reinforcing the learning and the attitudes on an ongoing informal basis. And it is cost effective. We're actually able to reach critical masses of youth through the Teen PEP program, because it's not just within that school and within that community. As students interact on social media, students interact in other avenues and in other ways, they're also sharing some of their messages that they're learning within the Teen PEP program as well. So let's take a first-hand look at what Teen PEP looks like at a school. We have the students at Franklin High School actually created a Teen PEP video last year around their experiences in Teen PEP at Franklin. If you have your computers muted, you will need to unmute your computer and actually increase your volume so that you will be able to hear the video. Okay? And if you have your phones, you may need to mute your phone so that you can hear the video, because it'll be coming through your computer and also maybe possibly coming through your phone as well.
Hi, I'm Nikki Anzano. I'm a health and phys ed teacher and Team PEP advisor at Franklin High School. I've been running Team PEP at Franklin since 2007. Team PEP stands for Teen Prevention Education Program. We teach lessons on sexuality issues, and then we do outreaches to, or workshops they call them, to freshmen. So it involves skits, it also involves small group activity. We reach about 300 to 400 students each outreach. I love working with the kids because I can see how excited they are about the program. We like to have a good time in Team PEP. We're serious when it comes down to talking about the sexual health issue, but we try to do fun team building activities so that they understand that they're a team and they're a family, and then when they go to do the outreaches, it kind of shows in that way too. But they work really hard on learning their parts and memorizing lines, and it takes a lot of encouragement to go out in front of 300 freshmen and talk to them about sexual health issues.
We're here at Family Night tonight for Team PEP, one of our biggest nights of the year. Performing some skits for some parents, trying to get the message across that we can talk to our parents about sex.
Family Night is a program that we do for the students that are involved in Team PEP for their parents. They perform skits, they do small group activities about where they've learned about sex. So it actually opens up the communication between the parent and the child of how to talk to their kids about sex.
There's some skits, like for me, I'm in one called Help. It's two people sitting down at a party, they're thinking about kissing, and it just shows, how awkward the situation can be. But, at the same time, you communicate with your partner, anything can happen, you can make that happen.
Derek, if you have something to ask me, just go ahead. It's okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Ashley?
Derek, is it okay if I kiss you?
Yeah, that would be great.
But that's all I want to do.
Okay, good. Me too. But your mom is sitting right there. Maybe later.
For the most part, I could just say it's fun stepping out of your comfort zone when you don't know everybody. And you just step into a new environment with people that really don't know you, you don't know them. And then you take the time out of your day to get to know one another, and then you really find out that these people have things in common and stuff like that. So it's really fun having this class and having an opportunity to get to know these different types of people and different groups of people.
We all as Team PEP members were nervous for this. But honestly, getting out there and doing it, been a lot of fun. And about to go eat some food. So we out. All right. Hey, Team PEP for life.
Team PEP Family Night. Get up. That's the plate. Let me get that.
Listen loud, guys. Did you say a prayer?
All right, have fun. Just make sure that you...
What a great video. That is amazing. Thank you to Franklin and Franklin Team PEP students and Nikki for putting that together. That is wonderful. So Veronica, as you saw the video and as a faculty advisor, what resonated with you as you watched the Team PEP video?
Well, it was how mature and how well-spoken the kids were, and how knowledgeable they are, and how candid they can be and relaxed in talking about topics that are so difficult.
Right, exactly. And Clarissa, as a Franklin Team PEP student, what resonated with you as you watched the video?
Watching it, for me, it reminds me of how I am in PEP now. Like, that becomes your family, and it's like your family's job to teach everyone what they need to know about sexual health issues, and it's kind of like a mission that you have to achieve.
Right, thank you. So that is a great video. I love your yellow sweatshirts, by the way, with the Team PEP FHS on the front of it. But we also know that with all programs, whether you're implementing a program for the first time or just trying to sustain the program, that there are sometimes challenges with a program. So, Nikki, can you talk a little bit about some of the challenges you've had with Team PEP and how you've addressed them and overcame them?
Yeah, in the last, I'd say, years, we've had a lot of different principals, and to get a principal to buy into Team PEP and believe in what we're doing is hard. This year we have a new principal, Ms. Clark, and she's been great with us. She's been very supportive, and that's why we did the respect outreach to the whole 9th through 12th grade student body. So I think if you can get the administration to see what your program's about. I know a couple of years ago we did a faculty, we had a staff meeting. We went in and presented Team PEP and what Team PEP is about as well. I just think the more that you're doing stuff within the school school, the more that they see how good this program is.
Right. Yeah, administrative turnover can be very challenging. So I'm excited and happy that you all were able to maintain through that. 4 principals is a lot. Veronica, what are some of the challenges you've seen with implementing Team PEP over the years, and how have you addressed them?
Well, initially when we started the program, we had to go out and look for students to be in the program. And it was something that was a bit of a challenge back then. And now we've increased our program actually to 2 sections. So we have 58 kids in the program. So now on a regular basis, first it was how do we, handle the load of the kids that want to take the class, but now it's become kind of a comfort level of dealing with the quality of students that really want to do the program. I mean, now we have over 100 kids applying every year. So it's a program of attraction, and it initially wasn't that way, and now it's become a program of attraction and just a basic program of reality, of what people need to hear. So I think the more you put yourself out there, the more accepting people are of the Team PEP program.
That is amazing, going from having to kind of hunt down students to participate in the program to having over 100 kids applying each year and having multiple sections of Team PEP. So it sounds like that Team PEP is thriving in Tenafly, so I'm so happy to see that. I would like to mention that if you have any questions, I know that we have everyone muted, please use the chat box at the bottom of the screen on the left-hand side, I believe, and you can type your questions there, and we will try to answer them as we go through the webinar. If not, we will follow up with everyone with answers to all of the questions. Okay. So one of the things that we often hear is, well, does Team PEP work? It sounds great. There's a course, the kids are enjoying it, workshop participants are receiving great information, but is there research behind the program that shows that it is actually effective? And the answer is yes. It has been evaluated by Rutgers University. It actually looked at the impact of Team PEP on both the peer educators and the workshop participants. So those juniors and seniors, what the impact was on them, and also as a workshop participant, the 9th graders, what was the impact on them. And we looked at those students that participated in all 5 workshops compared to students who did not participate at all. And this is the information that was gleaned from the research, that workshop participants, meaning your 9th graders, communicate about sexual health issues with partners. They wait longer to have sex, or they stop having sex altogether, or they even have sex less often. And many of them abstain from sex while under the influence of alcohol and other drugs, and they use birth control more often. So they start to make better decisions, healthy decisions, when it comes to their sexual health. And our peer educators, those juniors and seniors that are actually providing information to those 9th graders, also see a benefit as well. They actually know accurate sexual health information, so no more rumors or he said, she said, but they have actual accurate sexual health information. And they believe that they can refuse risky situations. They actually increase their refusal skills. And they also start to think ahead about the consequences of their decisions, the consequences of their sexual choices. And they're able to communicate about sexual health issues, stop having sex or even wait longer to have sex, and even reduce the number of sexual partners. And they also know how to access reproductive health care services more often, and they use or intend to use birth control and condoms. And they also plan to ask a partner to be tested for HIV and or STIs. They're actually comfortable having those types of conversations as compared to students who do not participate in the program. And if we look at the actual numbers, we'll see that 49% of the students abstain. 49% of the students are more likely to abstain from sexual intercourse, meaning they just decide to stop having sex altogether or just wait until marriage. 77% of the students are more likely to use condoms, and 80% of the students are more likely to use another form of birth control or birth control in general. So we're excited about those results. We're excited about the fact that this is an effective program that is producing outcomes that we want to have for our young people. Every year we have a survey for our peer educators in New Jersey, and this is last year's survey for the 2015-2016 year, looking at peer educators and their participation in the program as it relates to their educational aspirations, their connectedness or engagement to school, their self-awareness, their self-management, their social and relationship skills, social awareness, and their health knowledge. So not just looking at health knowledge, but also their social and emotional learning as it relates to Teen PEP as well. So these are some of the results of those surveys. And just to highlight a few, 88% of the peer educators in New Jersey felt that they are now able to listen to and respect peers even if they don't agree with them as a result of participating in Teen PEP. 73% of them actually feel that Teen PEP has helped them to become more prepared for college and the world of work. And of course, 91% of them felt that they learned more about preventing STIs, HIV, AIDS, and unwanted pregnancy. So those are some of the numbers. You can see them all here, but just wanted to highlight a couple of them. And I will also say that 84% felt that they were more connected to their peers as a result of participating in Teen PEP as well. So those social emotional learning skills are actually being impacted and increased by participating in Teen PEP. I think I heard Veronica say earlier with the video, just, what resonated was at the maturity level of the students. Students, when they enter in Teen PEP, are not always quite that mature, but by the end of the program, they are. They're able to make healthy decisions, they're able to make responsible decisions, and they care more about not just themselves and their peers, but their community and their school. So as we start to think about, from the student perspective, how Teen PEP has impacted you, let's take a moment and hear from the Franklin Teen PEP students, starting with Nelson. Can you share a little bit about how Teen PEP has impacted you as a student, as a peer educator?
Being a Teen PEP peer educator, it made me realize that, I'm really making a difference. I'm really helping someone out and them. You can feel happy that I'm doing something, and it's not just we're not just entertaining them, we're actually giving them knowledge and information.
Great. Hunter.
I would also have to agree with Nelson. I find it to be really important that we're able to go out to the students and implement something important to them that is really crucial in life, and just getting to know all together. And it's always nice to see when these kids are excited to come to our outreaches, because they know that they're going to learn something that will benefit them later in life. And it's just a great thing to see as a Teen PEP educator.
Great, thank you. Sydney.
I think the wonderful part about Teen PEP is that not only is it impacting me as a student, that I'm able to help freshmen and other students that may have trouble speaking about these issues, but it also impacts me as someone from in the community, a sister. It impacts me in many ways. For example, being able to talk to someone or to be that person that someone can go to when they need information about sexual health issues, or even respect, bullying, anything that really ties into what goes on in the hallways in school or something. Being able to be there for someone and to actually give them accurate information so we can, come to a solution together.
Great. And Clarissa?
For me, it's impacted me a lot in my life, my everyday life, because like I said before, this becomes your family. So you gain a lot of friends and you make a lot of relationships that you might not have made without Teen PEP. And like they said in the video that we watched, it shows in the outreaches how close we are, because we're able to be completely in a scene for one of the skits that we do without worrying about what other people are going to say, because these are the most important people in our lives.
Wonderful. Thank you all so much for sharing. It sounds like Teen PEP has had a powerful and positive impact on you as peer educators and as students, and not only within the school, but within your community and within your everyday life. So that is fantastic, and that's exactly what we want to have happen. So as we start to bring our webinar to a close, we've heard from the students how this has impacted them. Veronica, could you share a little bit about what evidence you have seen in your school and in your community about the impact of Teen PEP?
Well, I think the evidence is just the requests made by people. Like I said in the beginning, we were kind of forcing ourselves upon classes and asking to be invited to give workshops and implement the program. And now we're actually being asked and having to like turn away people at times because we just have too many things going on. So I think the overall acceptance in our school and the overall cultural climate in our school and everything has been affected by this program. And I think that it has made much better relationships among students, and it's connected our middle school to our high school in a very positive way. The kids all coming into high school know what Teen PEP is, and they want to be involved.
That is wonderful. Yeah, that is wonderful. Thank you, Veronica. And Nikki, what evidence do you have in Franklin?
I have to agree with Veronica, especially with the middle school. We go do a sexual harassment outreach down there, and every time we do that, we do it to an 8th grade class, that when they come here as 9th graders, they know what Teen PEP is, they should how it works. I do get a lot of kids asking, like, how can I get involved in Teen PEP? What do I have to do? And I'm like, you have to wait until you're a junior to apply, and you'll be a senior to be in it. So it's where the impact is. I think that students see the new Teen PEP students now, the 12th graders, and they just get that feeling of, wow, I want to be somebody like that, being a leader, being a good role model, getting to your classes on time, you know, all the little things that count in a school climate. And I think if you can get, you know, the more you can get out there and show what your program's about to the community and administration, the better it's going to be for any program that implements this at their school.
Right. Thank you, Nikki. Yes, and Teen PEP, sounds like Teen PEP has had a positive change, a positive impact on school culture, relationships among students, and relationships between staff and students. So I'm so excited to hear that. And a lot of our research and a lot of our surveys reflect that as well. And I heard both of you mention that Teen PEP goes down into the middle school, and I will offer to the audience that we are in the process of launching our Teen PEP middle program. We have had for the last couple of years a pilot program down in Salem, New Jersey that was funded through the Salem Health and Wellness Foundation. So we are working with the New Jersey Department of Health now to be able to launch our Teen PEP middle program. So if you are a middle school and you are interested in bringing Teen PEP to your school or your district, you will need to partner with the high school, because the juniors and seniors from that, your neighboring high school, will actually come into your school building and deliver workshops for your 6th graders, your 7th graders, and your 8th graders. But you will also, at the middle school level, have a stakeholder team that will be responsible for Teen PEP at your site, and you will also have a family night there whereby the juniors and seniors are participating with your students at the middle school for a family night. There will be some forms that you'll have to sign off on, which I can talk a little bit more about that as well. But we are excited that Teen PEP is growing, that Teen PEP is being effective, and that students are being affected and impacted in such a positive way. As we start to close our webinar, are there any final words from Veronica in Tenafly or Nikki in Franklin or the students that you would like to share about Teen PEP and your experiences in Teen PEP?
I would just like to encourage any school that's thinking about the program. It'll be well worth it. It'll probably be one of the best investments you'll ever make as a school system in a program, not only talking about sexuality and all the issues that go with that, but it's a program of leadership, of public speaking, communication, confidence. I mean, there's so many benefits that go along with it besides the essential facts. That's what's got to be thought about too when you're thinking about a program like this. That you reap far more than what you invest into it.
Wonderful.
Catherine, I would like to say that I feel like it's the connection that the advisors make with the Teen PEP students. And I know you get a new group every year, but every time you do that retreat, you connect with them in a different way that no other teacher can connect with. And I don't think that connection ever disappears. I mean, I have students coming back that, you know, graduated and they were part of Teen PEP and they come back to see our family night, or they come back just to see an outreach, or they come back just to see, one of us as advisors. I just think that connection and the bonding that Clarissa was saying with family really counts. I mean, it means a lot, I think, to a lot of these young kids that don't have that kind of family.
Right, right. So impacting their everyday lives. And Nikki mentioned the retreat. Our peer educators actually go on off-site, usually at the beginning of the school year or just before school starts, to a 3-day, 2-night overnight retreat somewhere at a campsite where they're able to kind of bond with each other, start to think about how they're going to launch Teen PEP at their school, and really get to know each other and learn more about the program and learn more about themselves as well. How about our peer educators from Franklin? Any last words that you would like to share regarding Teen PEP?
I just have to say that I feel like Teen PEP really changed like my life. Like, I don't know, it's just a different feeling. Like, even for us, we have a group chat and we talk to them like all the time. And like, I don't know, they're the first people I want to tell anything that happens in my life, and like the last people I want to talk to before I go to sleep, and the first people I think about in the morning. Like, it's weird. It's like I've gained a second family from a program that I do at school. It's interesting.
Yeah, definitely going along with what Clarissa said. Not only do we like gain this connection with, people that we didn't necessarily know as well as we do now being in the program, but also I feel like administrators and advisors ultimately their goal is to have connection school and to like reach out to the students. And I feel like Teen PEP definitely is key to that, because like I have people coming up to me that I would never talk to before saying, "Oh, you're from Teen PEP," or asking me questions, and starting conversations with me, and I just feel like Teen PEP is necessary. Like, it's great.
Thank you for sharing, and it is that. So, I've heard from other schools as well, this idea of family, and not just with your current advisor, but Nikki, as you shared as well, that bond is there. We heard recently from another faculty advisor that someone she was in Teen PEP program several years ago she saw on the subway and on the train, and they remembered her and they had a conversation, and it was great, and they just still felt connected to one another. So that is wonderful. Teen PEP is a program that will allow you to have in those student-adult bonds that we want to see, that helps to create a culture of healthy decision-making, mutual respect, and admiration for all peers. So thank you all so much for being a part of the webinar today. If you're interested in bringing Teen PEP to your high school, please feel free to contact me. My contact number is on the next slide, or you can go to www.teenpep.org. There is an application process that will need to be filled out and sent in to Evelyn Moon. All of that information is on the application, and we are accepting applications through December 15th. We do have 3 or 4 slots available for the 2017-2018 school year, so if you are interested in bringing Teen PEP to your school, please do not hesitate to reach out to me directly, and we'll be happy to walk you through that process to make sure that you have a successful planning time and a successful implementation. So again, thank you to Veronica Capone from Tenafly for joining us today and sharing her experiences as a faculty advisor in Teen PEP, for Nikki Enzano, Teen PEP at Franklin High School in Somerset County, sharing your experiences, and to all of the amazing Teen PEP peer educators at Franklin High School. Thank you so much to Nelson and Hunter and Sydney and Clarissa for being a part of the Teen PEP webinar. And thank you all for joining us today and spending this hour with you as we share how Team PEP is helping to create a culture of healthy decision-making in New Jersey high schools through peer leadership. Thank you so much for your time, and we appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day.